At the beginning of the story, we see a man who returns home. The door opens. Inside, he blasts a girl and a boy. Takes a look. These two do this guy so much, angry that he kills both of them right here. After all, this guy, who is it and why did he do it? We'll see this later in the movie. At that time, let's start this movie. The beginning of this story is a desolate one. It is through the desert, where there is neither a house nor a house human. That's when we see a house in this wilderness. This is Raghu's house, which there is a gateman in the railway and whose job is to flag off the trains. Only 3 trains pass through this track in a day, and Raghu has to wait for their timings. Well known. He has been doing this for the last 10 years. So for years, he had not seen a person or spoken to anyone. One day when Raghu was flagging off the train, then he looked at a girl who had jumped off the train. She was badly injured and unconscious. Raghu carried her on his shoulders and brought her to his house. For Raghu, it was nothing short of a miracle because 10 years later, he saw a human being. He was about to touch the girl when suddenly she came to her senses and she retreated in fear. He gave his name as Chaitali. Raghu explained that you had fallen off the train. That's why I brought you home. You could have been worse out in the sun. But Raghu asked, "How did you fall?" She was traveling with her husband. When he walks towards the toilet of the train, there were 2 people fighting. As soon as they intervened, they pushed him away and she fell down. My husband must be looking for me, maybe even come this far. I have to meet him. Raghu explained, there is no one here far and wide. I don't have a home and no resources. If your husband comes, he'll be here, so you should stop here. But Chaitali doesn't listen to him and sets out alone. Chaitali runs for a long distance. But there really wasn't a house here. Chaitali's condition worsened. Raghu then picked her up again and brought her home. Raghu, on his injured feet, he put the ointment on it and said, "You can't leave here. Let your husband come here." But Chaitali did not trust him. After all, a stranger and spending the night with him. Fear of Chaitali, it was that if the goo did something at night, somehow she fell asleep. But she got up again and looked at him. Raghu was sleeping on the floor. This is what Raghu said. It turned out that Chaitali was unable to sleep because of him. That's why he went out on his own. In the morning, Raghu goes about his daily routine engaged. For the last 10 years, I have not met a human being, didn't talk. Due to the incident of the night, now Chaitali also started trusting him somewhere. Raghu then said, "I have hidden one thing from you. Every day when the train arrives, my telephone rings." He said that this phone is only incoming. It can't be called. Raghu said, "The next time the phone rings, I will tell them about you so that your husband can find you." After a while, the phone rang. Raghu was about to talk when suddenly Chaitali disconnected the call. Raghu was surprised. Then Chaitali told the truth. No one pushed him. She jumped off the train herself because she was running away from her husband. Chaitali said, "I am a psychiatrist and she treated my husband." After this, the movie goes into flashbacks. A few years ago, he had a man named Shinzo. The patient had arrived. He was in deep depression because his wife had committed suicide. He couldn't bear the shock. After this, Chaitali started treatment. But this treatment was not easy at all. This was Chaitali's first case, so he gave Shinzo a lot of time. Gradually, he started recovering and the two became friends. Then the closeness. And within a few days, the two got married. However, Chaitali's family members were against it. He said Shinzo was a lunatic and he could get sick again at any time. But Chaitali did not kill everyone, married Shinzo regardless. A few days after the wedding, Shinzo's true form was revealed. He used to do drugs every day. He would behave towards the madmen and kill Chaitali. Chaitali's life had become hell. Now the story comes back to the present. Chaitali was slowly trusting Raghu. After that, she went to take a bath. But while bathing, Raghu secretly started looking at her. As soon as Chaitali came back after bathing, Raghu took off his clothes for her to wear. He asked him, "How did you get this mark on your back?" Chaitali understanding. She had seen him taking a bath. She said, "It's also my husband. It was given." Again, this movie goes into flashbacks. He told me many Shinjo endured the oppression of Shinzo for days. But one day, he found Shinzo's diary. It had all his secrets written on it. After reading the diary, Chaitali the truth turned out that Shinzo's wife had not committed suicide. Rather, Shinzo, he was the one who killed him. Apart from this, he also killed a nurse in the hospital. Just then, Shinjo came and caught Chaitali reading the diary. He beat her up a lot and started taking her somewhere on the train to avoid the police. After this, Chaitali was forced to jump from the train. Now this story comes to the present. Chaitali narrated his whole story to Gu. After listening to everything, Raghu said, "Your story and mine are the same. I don't have anyone either. We the two can live together here." But Chaitali did not understand his point. Meanwhile, when it was time for the train, Raghu went to show the green flag. On the other hand, Chaitali started to shake his hand, cooked, cleaned the room. Then while cleaning, she found something that surprised her. While cleaning, Chaitali found some newspaper cuttings. It was written a man killed 4 people and escaped. Only then will he know the truth. It turned out that Raghu had stolen the identity of the real gate man. Knowing this, Chaitali she took the knife and walked towards him. But Raghu remained calm and said to be scared. "There is no need. I tell you all the truth." Then the story goes into flashbacks. Raghu told that his mother had chosen a girl for him. When he went to meet that girl, Raghu also liked that girl very much. A few days later, they got married. Shortly after the marriage, Gu's wife calls Kajin home so that he can help with the farming work. Again, he became a father and within a few years had 2 children. One day my wife said, "I don't want any more kids, so you get sterilized." Raghu I listened to him and went to the doctor. But there he found out the shocking truth. The doctor said, "You don't need sterilization because you will never become a father." They can't. Raghu was stunned to hear this from the doctor. But after returning home, he was going to get an even bigger setback. As soon as he came to his house and opened the door, he saw his wife and cousin. I saw him getting intimate. It was then that he understood the truth. That the wife's affair is going on with her cousin and both children. They belong to the same cousin, meaning Raghu neither had a family nor your own blood. The shock was so great that Raghu got angry and killed all 4 of them. Now this story comes back to the present, where Raghu says to Chaitali, "If it was someone else in my place, I would probably do what I did." Chaitali gave courage to Raghu here. Raghu further said that all 4, after the killing, he came here avoiding the police. That's where he's real, Getman Raghu Milla. He started working with her in the fields and dissolved here found. Then suddenly he died, and since then he himself has been the gateman. Himself. He has been living here, and it has been 10 years since he was living like this. Hearing this, Chaitali felt sorry for him and decided that he would stay here for a few days. Now, she started helping Raghu in his work. Here, she even went along to fetch water. One day, Chaitali goes to fetch water. At the same time, Raghu was standing at the railway crossing. Just then, Shinzo arrived. Shinjo asked Raghu, "Have you seen any women around here?" Raghu immediately flatly refused. "No, I didn't see any women." Just then, Shinjo said something shocking. He said that his wife's he has learned the name and is undergoing treatment because he is completely insane. She talks nonsense from her mind. He never called himself a doctor. Sometimes it says something else. But the truth is that if the Sikhs at this time, if you are living with someone, then that person may be in danger of life. Shinzo said at the end, "My wife Sheikh is undergoing treatment and the name is Dr. Shinzo." Hearing this, Raghu's mind was like a storm. I didn't know who the truth was. Shinzo standing in front of Chetali. Immediately, he ran to the place where Chetali had gone to get water. Raghu asked in a loud voice after reaching there, "Who is this crest?" Chetali seemed to already understand that her husband, It, has come here. He tried to calm Raghu down and said, "Seek. She is the woman my husband calls his wife. But the truth is that she is no longer in this world because my husband killed her." "Chetali," he said in a panicked voice, "just as he has persuaded you, he will make everyone his own. He takes it in the trap. If I went near him, he would kill me. Raghu is his, I could see it in the eyes." But there were still layers of doubt in his heart, and perhaps Chetali understood this too. So he said softly, "A task. Let's say we call the police." But Raghu suddenly flared up. "No, the police will never come here because I am a fugitive killer myself." After this, both of them return home quietly. On the other hand, Shinzo was waiting in advance. As soon as he came forward, he wasted no time grabbing Chaitali's hand and forcibly pulling her along. Chaitali said to Raghu while leaving, "I just wanted to be with you, but you didn't understand me." After this, Gu said to Shinzo, "You will kill your wife." But then suddenly, Chaitali stabbed Shinzo and he fell badly injured. Chaitali said to Shinzo, "You don't trust me." Hearing this, Raghu angrily kills Shinzo at the time of burial. Shinzo gets a hospital slip in his pocket, on which was written Dr. Shinjo and patient Seek, i.e. the real psycho Chaitali, whose name is Seek. Then suddenly Shika tries to kill Raghu, but it was Raghu who killed Chaitali. Then the real truth, it turns out that the real psycho is Raghu. He married his old girlfriend, her husband and children, and even the real Raghu Gateman were killed, and the biggest dreaded was him. Actually, Shinzo was no psycho. He was a doctor whom Shinjo married while treating, but her condition worsened. And finally, she jumped off the train, and that's how she reached Raghu. And that's where our story is going on.